Welcome to Shoots and Ladders episode 10. You can find us on YouTube and Spotify at the Shoots and Ladders. My name is Jason and this is Dez.
Hello.
In this episode, we're going to recap mid-season grades for both AEW and WWE. It's going to be a variety of different categories. The first is Breakthrough Wrestlers of the Year. Spoiler alert, we actually have not shared these lists with each other, so this is going to be a very interesting show. Please be interactive with us. Tell us if you agree or disagree. Please DM us at the Shoots and Ladders on Instagram. All right, Dez, you take it away first. What do you got for Breakthrough Wrestlers of the Year?
I'm preparing my list. So Breakthrough Wrestler of the Year. We're going to do both WWE and AEW, male and female.
Yes.
So, all right. So let's start with WWE. My breakthrough male is Braun Breaker.
Yeah. Okay. Me too. I thought this was obvious, and I had a feeling that our lists were going to overlap. But yeah, it's kind of undeniable. I got a female one. I have a feeling this is the same one. I'm just going to go ahead and say it right now. Tiffy.
Yeah, she's on. Yeah, that's mine too.
Yeah, I had a feeling. Yeah, and these are too obvious. You can tell that they're pushing both these superstars. Breaker's about to win the IC title. Tiffy's about to win the world title. So this is kind of obvious, but listen, I am a firm believer in strike while the iron's hot. So I think this is actually a smart move.
Yeah, and I don't think the fans would disagree. You can tell in their pops as soon as they come out. They are superstars. So, yeah. Okay.
AEW, what you got? Yeah.
Okay. He's not brand new, but he's new to the company. I'm saying Will Ospreay.
Yep. Wow. We're 3 for 3. This was too easy. But listen, what a phenomenal competitor and what a phenomenal athlete. And again, we've kind of said this before, but the theme of AEW, and this is actually a good thing. This is the one thing that whether you like them or dislike them, AEW prides themselves on having the most athletic wrestlers. And Will Ospreay is an athletic freak.
Agreed. Have you seen all of his matches? There is never not one that is okay or very subpar. They are all phenomenal. So he definitely is a breakthrough this year.
All right. And what you got? What do you have for women?
I have Mariah May.
Yeah. Again, this is 4 for 4. This is too easy.
Did you have her too?
Yeah, I really did.
No, I just love her. I thought she was great. And you know how she's got that storyline with Tony, and then she turned heel, which we all knew she was gonna do. But her matches are great. She's a superb athlete. So yeah.
Well, yeah, and they had her win the tournament. So again, there's a consistent theme of they're gonna give these wrestlers a title or a tournament win or something like that to kind of boost them up, which gives them more credibility. So yeah, 100%. So, but yeah, we're 4 for 4. We're 4 for 4, which is hilarious. And yeah, true story. We did not share these lists. We actually did this on purpose, but we just happened to pick the same list.
What do you know?
All right. Matches of the year. Okay. So AEW. Okay. I'm going to lead off to see. I think this is way too obvious, but Ospreay and Swerve for AEW. Tell me we're for 5 for 5.
Did you hack into my notepad?
But then listen. At the same time, look, our last podcast, we were ranting and raving on how this was the match of the year. How could you go anyone else? I don't see it.
Yeah, no, and from the reviews from everybody, and even from the little amount that we actually saw live, because we couldn't watch it live, and just everything, all the clips, and it was. I mean, what do you expect? You have Swerve and you have Will, 2 top superstar athletes of the company. I wouldn't expect anything less.
Absolutely. And going back to the athletic theme, I mean, both these guys are insanely athletic. So hats off to the bookers to saying, hey, look, we need to start an angle with these guys and just have them take the show. And if I had to guess, when they're in the ring, it's all just improv. I doubt they actually set up any like pre-spots.
Yeah.
I think it's just they just let them run.
They're just calling it as they go.
Yeah, and that makes the best match. So yeah. All right, what do you got for WWE?
It's gonna be a shocker. It's Cody and Roman.
Oh, geez. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Okay. Whew. Wow. We literally have the same list. This is great. Yeah. All right. Well, feel free to chime in on why you think so, and I'll go ahead and give the counter.
Okay. Well, it's not just because it's Mania. It was just the buildup. And I know we talked about this before we got on this, but that's what the first few months of the year and part of last year is just that giant buildup. And so it's just like, it finally happened. And then my also thing that it's the nostalgic part of it because it is a Mania main event. So you expect nothing but the best of the best. And then with Taker.
Yes.
And I mean, everybody's coming out. Cena, Seth Rollins, you get all of those surprise. It was just a full-on show.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can actually argue that this particular match made up for last year's disaster, which I still think last year having Roman beat Cody was a disaster, but they made it up for it. So yeah, I thought that's just too obvious. I mean, were there other great matches? Absolutely. But this one by far was the best for WWE.
Yeah. I don't want to be super obvious, but I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Next, let's go with disappointments of the year, disappointing wrestlers of the year. I have mine. If you've been listening to us, this is no shocker to me. I'm going to go with Damian. Ugh.
You don't say.
Yeah, listen, I understand. I didn't like the fact that they gave him Money in the Bank. Funny enough, I like the fact that he cashed in at Mania and won, but he's not getting any type of reaction. None. He's not getting any type of reaction. He's not getting his matches are okay. They're nothing great. And to be honest, the matches that he won, he's never actually won. So I'm sorry. I'm going Damian. What do you have for WWE?
I knew you were going to say Damian. So, I'm going to also agree with that because I even, when I went to SmackDown here in Jacksonville, he was in one of the non-live, like a dark match. And it was just like, when he came out,
Yeah.
I forgot that he was a champion, the champion.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. And then that was it. So that tells you a little something. What else do I have on my list? It's not disappointing, but it sort of is disappointing, is Drew. I feel like it was just not necessarily a big disappointment, but it was a disappointment as a fan because every time you think he's going to win the belt, he doesn't. Because we really thought he was going to win it at Mania, and I was sold on it. I was like, it's Drew's. And then, it's just like every little thing that can happen always happens to him. And of course, that's Punk. But for me, that was a disappointment. But my other one is Bayley as a women's champion. I will not shut up about it. She is the equivalent to Damian.
Yeah.
No, they are just one, and no disrespect to them, but I find them to be one of the most boring champions to reign.
So, yeah, we're going to go back to agreeing. So, Bayley, I actually see your argument with Drew, too, especially like how he could have won but didn't. I was very close to putting LA Knight, but I still no. He's about to get booked for the IC title, so they're at least doing something. So, that being said, let's flip over to AEW. Who would you say is a disappointment so far?
It's not necessarily I guess I could say it's a disappointment, but it's just the storyline that just makes no sense to me. And it's like the whole Jack Perry with the Young Bucks and them. I don't know. I'm not believing it. It's more of an annoyance than anything.
Sure.
It's okay. I mean, there's a couple of disappointments I've mentioned before with just improper bookings and just the disappearance of people.
Sure.
So
I'm actually gonna go with the Acclaimed for AEW. Yeah. Yeah. So this is where we're actually going to differ in opinion a little bit. Listen, I love the Acclaim. My disappointment is the fact that like they're not featured that much. I mean, I know they have that angle, but it doesn't make sense to me. And I think we're at the point where look, if you're not going to utilize them as a tag team that they were, then let them split up and at least try it out to be singles wrestlers.
And to be fair, I think they're pushing to do something different with them because last night watching Collision, Billy Gunn had they all cut a promo and Billy Gunn was like really hard on them to put a fire in their ass to be like, if you're that mad with them, go do something about it kind of thing.
Gotcha. Fair enough. Yeah.
Hopefully. And then another thing or another one I had on my list is Mercedes.
Yes, absolutely. Not on my list, but I totally agree with what you're saying. For the buildup that she had to kind of come in, I kind of don't think she's really lived up to any type of expectation.
I just don't like the CEO gimmick.
Yeah, I think it's silly, to be honest.
I think they could have went another route.
Gotcha. Any other female disappointments that you have for AEW?
No, that was like the big one that stood out to me.
Sure. Yeah, I think overall the female divisions actually they showcase their athleticism, and I think that's what makes it fun. So they're actually being used appropriately. The only thing you could potentially argue is maybe, and I don't know if they will, but maybe like have more titles to kind of just for storyline purposes. But again, maybe they're not at that point yet as far as depth.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So event of the year. I have to say, okay, so event of the year, we actually kind of said, look, I think Mania is going to be it for WWE. So that's going to be the 1A. So a 1B event for WWE. I am going to go with, well, actually, let me hear you say first, but I have a feeling you're going to say Money in the Bank.
I am biased this year because I actually went to Rumble in St. Pete.
Okay.
And the only reason why is just because Rumble is my favorite main event ever.
Yeah.
So, and I was actually in the same box where Roman and Seth Rollins were when they were after Cody won. And so to me, that was a really big deal to be in that same space as them as that storyline was building for Mania. Money in the Bank was really great because I'm usually not a fan of those, and all of those matches were amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm there with you, but Rumble is my pick.
Okay. And that you have a very valid reason for Rumble being pick. If I spent that type of money and went to an event, yeah, I'd pay that. I'd probably pick that as well. Yeah, for sure. I'm going to go Money in the Bank with the exception of, again, I'm going to keep harping on this. What a waste of the cash in. I still don't like that storyline, but everything else about I love Money in the Bank, and I really hope to come to Miami or just in Florida in general. I think that'd be a lot of fun. AEW. Okay, now I'm gonna play. Now I have a feeling that we're going to say the same thing. I think it's Forbidden Door. I'd be surprised if you have another answer, but I mean, what a match! I think it was just too phenomenal to kind of leave out.
I put Double or Nothing.
Oh, okay.
The reason being it is those matches were, I think, just as great. Nothing will top that one this year, I feel. But with that being in Vegas, and with MJF's return.
Sure.
So that was a big deal for me because I missed him so much and we've been anticipating his return. And yeah, Double or Nothing. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, so now the grand finale, wrestlers of the year, both male and female. All right, here we go. So you want to do AEW first?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay. So my male wrestler of the year, again, a shocker, Swerve.
Yeah.
No words need to be said. I think any episode that or we can even talk about him, we put him on this pedestal because he deserves it. Such a great face for the company. Such a great champion. Oh.
So I had a feeling you were going to pick that. I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to spoil it this time, but I'm actually going to go the other guy. I'm going to go Will Ospreay. Yeah. So, and only reason why is because, again, I think he's a champion without being the actual champion. I think it's only going to happen anytime soon. But again, his matches are just so phenomenal that I think it's warranted. And I think, I mean, you see it coming. They're going to make him the top guy. Well deserved. Oh, yeah. So, all right. What about female?
I picked Toni Storm.
Okay.
Because she was the title holder. I enjoyed the storyline that she did the timeless Toni, even though I prefer the other Toni Storm get better. But I felt like she held her own this year, and with the whole storyline with Mariah May and other, I felt like she had a very consistent round of matches. Yeah, she's not too bad.
Okay, I'm actually gonna go with Mariah May.
She was, she was my second.
Yeah, for sure. And look, again, I kind of am going back to the theme of, I think she's a champion without being a champion. Just phenomenal athlete. It's very rare for a breakthrough to actually match rest of the year. But yeah, I'm going to Mariah May, at least so far from what I've seen so far. And again, these are mid. Oh, good.
And that's why I didn't pick hers, because she is not yet a champion yet.
Yeah, exactly. And remember, these are mid-season grades. So, you know, we'll see what happens. But, you know, based on what we've seen so far, I'm going to go with that. All right. WWE, I'll start off. I think this is way too obvious for the male. Yeah, how do you not go Cody? I think.
You put Cody?
I did. I put Cody. Yeah,
I did
too. I honestly thought you were about to switch it up. Yeah, I mean, it's how do you not go Cody? As soon as he grasped the title, what's really cool about Cody is he took the title, became the top guy, and he's running with it. I mean, the crowd is still just as hot now as they were when he won it, and even before. So,
and that tells you something about him.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's going to be the top guy or chasing the title for the foreseeable future, and I love it. I think it's amazing.
Agreed. Yep.
All right. Female, I'll let you lead, and you may be surprised by my answer.
I'm going to say this just because she has always been my top girl for the past little bit of time. It's Rhea for me.
Okay. Yeah. All right. But so explain further why.
Okay. I think she is an amazing champion. And it's all in how she presents herself. You can tell her passion about what she does. She really loves what she does. So her character is so believable and so likable. And I think she's an amazing performer. She has carried Judgment Day, and she is an amazing title holder and just so amazing to watch in the ring. I love her. And granted, she was out for a little bit. That doesn't take that away because she's back now. So she is still my top girl.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, I actually would have agreed with you, except for two things. One, she's in the Judgment Day, and that stable needs to go. I think it's trash.
We don't like them.
Yeah. It just doesn't do anything. So and also technically, and this is, you can put a little asterisk next to this, because she was out, it's kind of hard for me to say she's like the wrestler of the mid-year. So again, I'm going to go with the double up. I'm going Tiffy for female wrestler of the year. I just think she's so hot. Like, she's so hot right now with the crowd, with how athletic she is. And I think it's only going to set up. I'd be shocked if she wasn't champion by the end of the year.
Oh, I can definitely see that.
Yeah. So, but most importantly, I mean, I know she was a former gymnast, but like, just her athletic ability is amazing. And it's fun to watch. And she actually raises the level of the entire women's division.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Well, so yeah, I'm going Tiffy twice. Okay. Now, all this being said, again, these are mid-season grades. Part of the purpose why we did this is what's going to happen for the last half of the year. And that being said, what are some storylines that you think is going to kind of progress from all this?
Okay, well, let's start with WWE first. I feel like we both have agreed that Tiffany is going to be a title holder by the end of the year. So I definitely see her teasing right now, the cashing in. But I think it'll be later on down the line, by the end of the year. So we know that's going to happen. But the whole Cody thing, I would like him to turn heel.
Yeah.
I think it would be great to see him. He's a good face, but I think he could be a better heel if he really wanted to. Um,
So,
I mean, I know we predicted it, but with Randy turning heel on him going after his title, I would love to see that again.
so for WWE, I'm with you. I think Tiffy will cash in by the end of the year. I think when she does, they're going to set it up to where she will be headlining WrestleMania, probably going in as champion. Who knows if she'll walk out for WWE as far as the world title. I think that Randy's going to beat Cody. Randy's going to turn heel, beat Cody. I think Cena's going to run the Rumble. I think it's too obvious at this point, and I think Cena's going to fight Randy for the title.
And we are all okay with that.
Yeah, I don't care if it's predictable. Let it happen. I mean, he definitely deserves it. So, and it'll be a fun match, So that's that. Now, let's flip it. As far as the other, for the other world title, I think Gunther beats Damian. I think the Damian experience is over, and I think Gunther will actually kind of turn a face because, and I think people will actually be relieved that he's taking the title away from Damian.
Yeah, I think we've been anticipating that for Damian to lose his title. It's time. I mean, he's only held it for like just a few months, and we're over it. So yeah, beat his ass. So
all right, cool. Let's jump over to AEW. What you got?
Well, now that MJF is heel, the world is a better place. So and now he's a title holder again, which, some people kind of turn their noses up at, but I'm okay with it. But this one is really tough because they are turning and changing so quickly. I know Britt Baker is going to come back, and I can see her challenging for the championship. Mariah May is going to be the champion. I just feel a lot of this stuff is kind of like unpredictable right now, where I can't see much. But the only thing that makes me nervous is Swerve holding his title, compared to, like we said, they have a handful of very top guys, which are all eligible to be the best champion. So I'm like, I wouldn't be upset if it was taken away from him from Will, but I'm like, oh, I love Swerve. So I'm kind of like bouncing back and forth. Where's it going?
Cheryl, for AEW, I think this will be a lot of fun. And I hope they do this. I have a feeling there's going to be a triple threat match of MJF, Swerve, and Ospreay. I think that'll be much fun.
Great.
Right? And they'd be stupid if they didn't do it. So, hopefully this gets up to their higher ups and they make this happen. I just think that would make so much sense. And in fact, if they were smart, they would do that and have maybe MJF pin Ospreay or Ospreay pin MJF, so Swerve doesn't get pinned. You can just continue having angles that way. So I think that would be the smartest thing they possibly do. For the women, I think Mariah May is just about to wreak havoc, and I think she's going to steamroll everyone and win the title.
Mm-hmm. And I love when she turned on Tony and there was all that color, all that blood, and she's just sitting there with that pretty face covered in blood. I'm like, oh, I love it. Love it.
Absolutely. All right, listen, that concludes this episode. Please chime in. Feel free to DM us at the Shoots and Ladders on Instagram. My name is Jason. This is Des. Absolutely. Listen, please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, we'll see you later.
Bye.